Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today we're looking at your crown and your ground. In your ground position, you had the Ten of Pentacles, and in the crown position, you had the Hangman. So, both of these, especially together, work in conjunction, is pretty good. Because your ground is all of these inherited patterns of success is what came in. It's like the good stuff. We always concentrate on the bad stuff. We always think of the things that, you know, that was passed on by our folks or you know, just what we've observed as we grew up as bad. But there's a lot of it that's good. There's some really great foundational stuff that you've learned along the way as well, stuff to harmonize with yourself, stuff that gets you prepared when things start to change. And in the crown section, you have the Hangman. So this always is my card of in limbo. You get perspective. You get new perspective. Sometimes it can be very frustrating because it's a hang up or you get stuck. But as it is right now, like we were looking at yesterday with the expansion, we get the Death card a lot. It was bringing in that we're going through some kind of transition. And in transition, there's usually some stops and starts where we're really questioning what's going on. And with it comes new perspective. I like the Hangman myself. Not only that, it is very much a Piscean card. To begin with, the Pisces sign is directly related to this beautiful card because it's observing your environment. It's going deeper within. It's figuring things out. So now is time, I feel, with your crown and your ground to observe the things that have made you successful thus far. Kind of tells you a little bit of the Seven of Pentacles in the year we've been going through. That's what this year has been about. Looking at what makes us successful, what makes us get to where we need to go, right? Not just looking at the things we need to remove, but looking at the things that really grow, that expand us, that have helped us in the past, that have worked. So let's pull some from the Cosmic Coven Tarot, new deck. Lovely, lovely. The World card. Been wanting to make a show all week. Has been coming in. I feel like we're seeing the same cards out of this deck, which is kind of sad because I like all the cards and love for them to all show up. But the World has been making a real show of things, saying that you are definitely on the way to completing something. And we've been seeing the Ten of Swords and all of these cards of endings for a new beginning. So there's a definite shift here between moving in from the old into the new. And don't forget to take the old stuff that you love, because the culmination card, it's a culmination of everything that you've used, everything that you've learned, the lessons from the phase that you've just gone through, and how to bring it into the new one, right? Start the new phase. Let's see what we have here on this card. I love this one. You have these beautiful flowers. The blooming around it is it makes me feel that you are definitely going into where the bloom. Last week we had the seed. You could have planted seeds last year. Seeds that are now taking shape, right? The Six of Cups. Beautiful. So again, we're talking about this, okay? This is what I felt when I saw the Ten of Pentacles. Things from your childhood, from your past. Things that you got growing up. This is usually memories of the past or nostalgia, but I'm getting more memories of the past. Things that were instilled in you that have helped you reach this particular moment in time. A lot of the times we reflect on things that we don't like so much from our past, right? But there's a lot that's been good. If I think back to my father, he gave me a sense of being organized. He was very organized in the way he did things. I had a schedule, I had a routine, and that has served me tremendously well, especially doing this channel, working from home. I set myself up to a standard that an employer would love because I want things to be the same, right? For certain things, I want a standard. That's why I believe that in the last 3 going to 4 years, there's never been a day without a video because I plan way ahead of time. I try to do things. Doesn't mean that it will never happen, but I do a lot of things in advance to make sure that those things get minimized. And I feel that this is saying that you are some of your parts, the good parts, the stuff that you use and to make yourself successful going forward. So they're asking to take an internal list. I feel like they're saying make an internal or an outternal list. In other words, journal. Outternal, is that even a word? No. External. Write it down, a journal. Like all the things that make you successful. I would write that, a sense of routine, a schedule to follow, certain things that need to get done, okay? My sense of joy in enjoying what I love to do, being deliberate in everything that I do. Okay. My father was a big advocate of think before you speak, and I'm using that as well as in feel the moment before you rush through it. So I'm continuing everything in that vein. So I could take stuff from my mother of being somebody dependable for my children. Okay, she was very dependable, my adoptive mother, for me. She was there while I grew up. She was the one thing that I felt very secure in. That was passed on. That's such a wonderful trait to have. Her love of animals, okay, that took me a little while because she was much more of an animal person than I am, and I had to find my animal too, which is bunnies, of course, and then just keep going with that, like write down all the things that, even from my husband, what I get from him is sense of needing to make sense of a lot of things, right? He likes a planned out thing. It has to make sense. You need supports in a room. You need a support before you can build on it. He's very foundational. He's very much of an earth sign. I could carry on with my kids, but these are all people that contribute to what made you up in the best way possible, okay? Some of it can be restricting at times, but a lot of it is good, and I think that's what they're saying. Just take the time to figure out what is good about this. Okay, so let's take some of these. What has harmonized with you, how they can help you with your expansion and transformation, and help you release the stuff that really you don't need, the rest of it, okay? But that's also being accountable. How these things are helping you keep you accountable in a good way, not in a bad way, okay? All right, so this is surrender. You need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This helps resolve conflict, improve your relationships. Okay, so I feel right away what came in with that is, especially with parents, when you say, this is the thing I was talking about. Sometimes we look back on how our parents were hindering us, right? Causing us problems. You got in my way. You said no. You didn't let me be me. This is a kind of a weird kind of way of saying that the things that they did teach you, a lot of it was right. This is exactly what is coming in. The stuff, let go of your need of being, because sometimes we fight against the people who brought us up, right? We hold like the weight on our shoulders on them, going, you did this to me. We point fingers. You made me, untrusting or this or that. what they want you to take in is acknowledge the stuff that they did right, okay? And actually give them kudos for it. If they're alive, I suggest you do that. That's a great way of opening up a relationship. If you don't want a relationship with them, you can just write it down or acknowledge it to yourself. Because some people are still toxic, regardless if they did or showed you something correct, right? There's some things you just, especially when you're trying to get through a change in life, sometimes it's hard to try to, I don't know, deal with more than one kettle of fish at the same time, right? Okay, and surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay, so I think they're going in the same vein. In other words, focus on the positive things that they gave you, not the negative. In other words, what they gave you, not took away. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling from that. It's very much about the people in your lives and what have people contributed to you. Okay, even the friendships that have gone south, what initially drew you to them? There had to be something, okay? It's not all bad all the time. So surrender belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open the infinite nature of abundance, and this way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dream. So this is opening yourself up to not vilifying certain things and you know, in other words, again, we're talking about like the devil of yesterday. Not everything in one person is bad. Okay? So now they want you to look at the good things. This is the Seven of Pentacles again coming in. What was good about them? What did you take from them? What was a gift that they gave you that you took away from that relationship, right? And then you actually feel like a thief because, you know, even if it's not there anymore, it's a haha. We're no longer, you know, friends or together or whatever, but the stuff that I took from you, what you gave from me is this. There's one friend, she had a lot of knowledge in wine. She got me interested in it, and I went all out, and I really started enjoying it. I saw the differences, and she was very well versed on it. She says, if you don't like wine, it's simply because you haven't found a wine that you love yet. And just those statements and that was just one thing, right? I'm no longer friends with this person, but that was really nice. And it's knowledge that I gained from it. And, you know, I feel like it's like, thank you. You came in and showed me that. It may be something little, but it's fine, right? There were other things with this friend as well. But I mean, just, you know, just that. This is what I'm saying. You don't just go, well, this person wronged me, and in the end, she was just a selfish blah, blah. She actually gave me something to carry away with me, right? So it's focusing on what, not the energy that I feel I gave away or she took from me. It's, or I let her take it from me, which would be a better sentence there. It is what she gave to me and what I took away, right? There's no scarcity there. I just took something, okay? And for that part, she was very right. I didn't know anything about that, and she did. So she wasn't wrong about that. So I'm just giving you examples so that you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So now you do. You do, and you see, and you understand. So let's go. Let's continue on here. This is a power to surrender cards, by the way. And this is a Why Spell Tarot. I love this one. I'm going to be using this one a lot in December coming up because it's got the gold. It's got gold. Red gold and green, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have blue moon and waxing gibbous. Right away in the blue moon, once in the blue moon. Once in the blue moon, somebody else is right. That's what I heard. And you have 5. You have 5, 10. 5 is, of course, half of 10. Very interesting how they came out together. Let's take a good look. And by the way, I'm so happy to be with you today, Pisces. I feel very much love in my heart for you, and very much love to being here, to being able to do this. This is great. You know, there's some days I feel it. I feel it every day, but there's some moments where I actually pinpoint the moment of going, this is so great. So this is success and preparation. I love this. And it's talking about all your efforts being rewarded too. And it foretells good things coming your way. And it could be a surprise, a windfall, chance encounter, so on. You name it. We know we create a lot of that, okay? So it's a card of abundance and plenty. And that's what we're talking. The surrender to scarcity. Oh, I had a ladybug just kind of hovering in front of my face. Okay, so right there, okay? So this card of abundance and plenty, meaning that energies of growth, here we go, growth, again, are surrounding you now. It says don't go overboard though, but because it could upset the delicate balance. Remember, there's a balance here that needs to be maintained. It says keep a check on yourself, save for rainy days, don't go overboard, don't be too self-indulgent, but enjoy abundance without being, without going overboard. So it feels very much like the Four of Wands. It's like, do it a checkpoint. I'm so glad I picked up something else. I got more information. I'm succeeding, but don't, just keep it, down here. Be a good steward of all you already have. So did you always have enough? In other words, just take care of how happy you are where you are, right? Regardless of the outside influence, such as economy. They're talking a lot about money here. So, in times of feast, prepare for famine. So that's the overall message in this card. So in other words, safeguard what you already have, okay? And that's not hard to do. Just be careful and just be grateful. I think it's just being grateful helps a lot with all of this. No scarcity thinking. Be happy for your can of tomatoes and just be happy about it, okay? Buy another one. Put one for a rainy day, okay? Spend another $1. $1 here, $1 there. All right, so you have here the 10, which is the blue moon. This is the moon of manifestation. When there are 2 full moons in any one calendar month, the second is called the blue moon. Because it's rare, it's considered to be the most auspicious time for goal setting and general manifestation. So you're being invited to seek out the possibilities in your life and to dream big. What would you do if you could do anything? So it's also saying something rare is about to happen. But I feel that this has been happening for us anyway, Pisces. We get more insights and more breakthroughs and more expansive thinking lately than before. And I've been feeling it. I hope you have been feeling it too. Just ways to break more barriers. The little barriers, and it's funny because they're little barriers in our minds that we create. Okay, little ones that we think, oh, they're nothing. But if you have enough of them, there's something big. So I feel that we've been just making it happen. And as we do that, our powers of manifesting get bigger because we're breaking down, as they call for women, the glass ceiling. But we're breaking down the doors and the ceilings to everything. And sometimes it's maybe not the whole ceiling, but it's a little square. Pook. Well, look at that. There's an open something or other that wasn't there before. And I feel that it's bringing all of this in. You're turning your 5 into a 10. This is a 10. That's a hangman. Hangman is 12. Okay. So, all right. Yes, later. I will answer you later. All right. So, let's see here, Pisces. We're halfway through this beautiful reading. Let me take a sip of drink. By the way, I have just started using these nail polishes. I know, in the middle of the reading, but what can I say? They're called Honey. They're tiny, and they don't even have a color name. It's tiny, but they're non-toxic. And it's something that I've been looking. It doesn't smell really nefarious or anything like the regular ones. And they say they peel really easy, but I've had them for 24 hours. I think if you get your nails ready, they're pretty good. So, and the color's so pretty. Look at that. It's like a plum color. Anyway, if you guys are interested, let me know. Okay, and stuff like this. Again, might go to Facebook and write those things down. All right, that reminds me of yesterday's. Okay, so let's see here. Let's take some more cards. My beautiful ones. Oh, so I took Raise Your Vibe. I only mention the nail thing for the ladies who comment on my nails when they come in. Oh, I love that color. Oh, I love that. So, nails are important. I trust the wisdom within. Gorgeous. I like that. Oh, You Are Not Alone. Instant Michael Jackson song coming into my brain. It's one of my favorite, one of my favorite, absolutely. You are not alone. I am here with you. Oh, I love this song. I trust the wisdom within is from the Earth Star Copper Chakra. Knowledge is what we learn. Wisdom is what we know. Knowledge comes from study. Wisdom comes from within. Listen. There's a voice deep in the core of your being that has the answer to every challenge you face. Throughout your life, you have interacted with this voice, followed its guidance, and taken action based on what you've received. When you've ignored it, you found yourself in a space of indecision and insecurity. Think of a moment. Isn't that true? The reason this has come up for you today is because you're receiving divine guidance and you're questioning it. Some part of you still doesn't fully believe that the answer you are hearing is the reality you deserve. It's time to change that. The universe is giving you a loving nudge. It's so funny that I put that beside the Lover's card, right? A loving nudge, 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 to make the next move, to make the choice. That's also the choice card. Through following the prompting from within, you'll gain a deeper sense of satisfaction and purpose. You're in touch with the universe through your inner voice, and it's time to listen up. And it's also saying you come from knowledge is what we learn, wisdom is what we know. And that wisdom came again from the stuff that has been passed on from other people, from yourself, things that you have integrated within your being. So you have a lot of that. You have a lot of that. And you get, you know what, I'm going to tell you, sometimes you get, there's the stuff we know just automatically, and then there's the stuff we learn through hardships or experience. And some of those, you get some of the best tools. So the one thing you can do to, like I would say, give that wisdom credibility is to use it. Okay? You are not alone. Oh, I love this. This is making me feel like the 11:11 of yesterday. So, we have, this has to do with, I do believe, the root chakra. And of course, it has to do with childhood, of course, security, right? The first chakra of security when we first come here. Everything in the entire universe is connected. You are connected to your angels, your ancestors, your current loved ones, and even future generations. For that reason, and many more, you are not alone. Today, the universe reminding you that even when you feel alone, there's a lot more support available to you than you realize. And that's what we're talking about. Not just the ancestors and everything, the wisdom that you've accumulated. Okay? That is help and guidance that is like waiting in cellular levels. Okay? The spiritual path isn't a solo path. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. You don't have to carry personal burden. You don't have to hide your weaknesses in order to succeed. When this card comes, you are being guided to be open to welcoming and help, either by accepting it or by asking for it. Allowing and support doesn't make you weak or wounded, it makes you strong and real. When you refuse support on a human level, there's a good chance that you're building up walls that stop you from experiencing help on a spiritual level. We're going back again to that devil, I'm comfortable in energy, okay? From yesterday. So, it's time to remove these blockages so that you can experience the truth that you are never, ever alone, okay? You accept support on all levels, is what this card says. And, of course you do. Of course you do. From everybody you've known, okay? And that's what I'm going to say it again, but some of that support comes from people who are not your friends anymore. They can still be alive, but they left with you wisdom that you are using. So in that sense, you're not alone. You have the wisdom they left. I know it's kind of a roundabout way, but this is exactly what's coming in. That's what I'm feeling from these, okay? Okay. Ooh. Maybe, no. The Moon Oracle. Let's see here. What the heck is going on? I just opened up my calendar without... That was interesting. Why is my calendar opening up by itself on my computer? What do I need to see? What do I need to see? Well, I don't know. There's nothing here. I don't know. I don't know, Pisces. I'll have to look at that. I don't generally use it on my computer. There you go. Peace. Peace, man. That's a beautiful card. I don't think I've gotten it before. Or it's the first time I really notice it. Look how gorgeous these colors are. Look at this. Woof. Nice. Nice. Peace and beginnings. Oh, it's gorgeous. The gorgeous. And you have 28 comes out to 10, the Wheel of Fortune. But again, it's the wheel, right? You get the World card again. Where it is, right here. They've been wanting to come out together, like almost like the Wheel of Fortune and the... to me, they're like checkpoints in the middle of the major arcana. My mouth's going like, I don't know. What are you trying to get? What are you trying to say? So let's see. Peace. Again, I hear is that when you see every lesson, every wisdom that come your way, regardless on how it came, whether it was difficult or not, you're creating a peace within yourself, and you're creating peace of mind, and that's the greatest gift we can give ourselves. Okay, to refuse drama and not engage in drama, not even as a weapon, to stop fighting and allow yourself to rest, okay? When we let go of what we no longer need, when we let what we no longer need go, notice how that sentence can sound very different. We make room for peace. We are an anxious bunch, us modern folk. We are constantly stimulated, or not stimulated. We find it hard to sleep. Insomnia is at record levels in the Western world, and for some, we self-medicate with food, devices, drama, and work. See everything that's going on around me? Yeah, not going there. We seek peace, but we don't know how to go about it particularly well. Peace can begin with a series of decisions we make. For example, we can decide we can't control everything. Shock! The ancient Greek Stoics had a great strategy here, advising a split of your issues into I can control this and I have no control over this. Think about the most pressing and worrying issues you have right now, or the situations that are giving you the most sleepless nights. Then break them down into pieces and place them under the correct heading. Be honest and discerning. I love this. I want you to do that right now. I think that's the best thing. That's the best advice here. Okay? The most pressing and worrying issues you have right now, that's giving you the most sleepless nights, if that's a problem. And we had the Nine of Swords come out in this deck a couple of times this week, okay? Break them down into pieces, place them under the correct heading, and be honest, and just be honest about it. Is it really that concerning at this moment, right? What you will find is that most of your situations or issues are under the second heading. The Stoics advise that the things listed there deserve no more of your attention because they are actually out of your control. Wow! However, the things under I can control this are important, and you must action these to the best of your ability. These are those things you will influence and where you will glean the most change. While this seems a simple system, I promise you it will give you far less to worry about and instantly more peace. It works for me, right? We can be more focused and mindful about what we are doing in real time. We can place ourselves deliberately in sessions in quiet, beautiful, and peaceful environments. We can learn what for us brings our body rest and peace. We can choose not to do the head miles of worry. Not do the head miles of worry. The head miles. I've never heard that, but I love it. I love it. The head miles of worry. Worry is, after all, chewing gum for the mind. Not really nutritious in any way, but something to do. I love this one. When we let go of what we no longer really need, peace floods in, taking up this old space and healing it. A companion stone, amethyst, of course. Okay? So this is the crown. This is the crown. This is the mind. Yes, amethyst. Got it, got it, got it. So I love this. I back it up and listen to all of that again because I think this is great. This card is absolutely beautiful. Then you have the card of the beginnings, number 2, which is High Priestess. Again, it's going into intuition and beginnings, new moon, right? You are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning because we're finishing with the World here. We're going into the Fool, okay? Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. More than time to do that, okay? There's something incredibly poetic and even romantic about that tiny sliver of silver that is the new moon. Here is appearing in the sky, incredibly, a crescent of the finest light. Love this. A crescent of the finest light. Almost a scratch upon the blackboard of the universe, here is the evidence that even after the darkest night, light returns again. The crescent of the new moon is an ancient symbol that stretches back to ancient prehistory. There are cave drawings featuring crescent moon sculptures of goddesses with crescent moon diadems, and the goddesses Aphrodite, Hecate, Diana, Artemis, Inanna, and many Central Asian female deities were often depicted with new moon symbology. Go back even further to Neolithic cave paintings where moon and sun symbology features, with no phase more commonly being depicted than the new moon. When the new moon appears in the lunar cycle, we are gifted with a new beginning and a fresh start. What we have identified as useless or unneeded anymore has been released in the void of the dark moon. And here waiting is a new chance. Here we get to renew our lives and feel free enough to risk trying again. Whether we are asking for a fresh start in relationships or a new love, or are heralding the actioning of intentions such as better health, new business, start of a new project, writing the new moon energy will assist us. Many creative people start new works on a new moon, and I personally like to begin all my new works on this phase, even if beginning means simply typing up a cover page or an outline. The most powerful new moons for new starts traditionally are within the season of spring, but they don't need to be, okay? And in other parts of the world, spring is a beginning. So it's spring somewhere, Pisces. Spring is somewhere in the world. It's like 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So these are very beautiful cards. And right now we're dealing with the full moon. So the world, the completion, because we're heading into the new moon, right? The new moon that's coming in, we have the full moon in Gemini, but it's because we have the new moon in Sagittarius on the 12th of December that's coming in. So they want you to prepare for that, okay? What a wonderful time to start with the new moon. I think we should start intentions after the new moon. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Maybe I do something for this. Yes, I have to write these down because I'm going to forget them. I think I'm just going to schedule it on Facebook so we know what we're doing, right? I'll schedule something and then we'll see. We can do it here. We can do it there. But I think it's time. I think it's time that we do that kind of work for ourselves, Pisces. Absolutely. Okay, so here we go again. I love this peace card, by the way. I'm looking at this and I feel they're like connected. Don't you? I do. I think they're so, yeah, they're connected. They're gorgeous. Yeah, there's the devil. Action of Swords in reverse. So, what do we get from this? Yeah, don't run towards the devil energy. I feel that's what it's saying. Don't run towards that devil energy anymore, into that restrictive. Open yourself up to everything. It's like I was saying, look at everything that everybody's offered you, good and bad, and use it to your advantage. Use it to help in your expansion, to know that you have a lot of experience, that you have a lot going for you to get you out of this expansion fear thing that's going on, to bring peace back into your life, to really feel your new beginnings, okay? Yeah, I would say even just because it's like, just get the heck away from him, okay? Yeah, you don't need to run into that energy anymore. It's not needed. It's not, you know now. We've talked about this all of yesterday, and he came in today. You don't need that. You don't need that. And if you need to find out exactly what that means, just go back and watch yesterday's reading, because I talk in depth about the devil and the death energy being mistaken for one another. You don't need that. You do not, and we do not, and that's good enough. And I'm not going to speak more about that, because we don't need to give him more energy than he already takes away from us half the time. Nope. Endings, beginnings. We had that one yesterday. It came in, and you know, it doesn't matter. I shuffle, and there it is again. It's just letting you know that this is just a cycle, and you have 8 again, right? No, it's 11. You have to let go of certain things. You have to let that ending get here, this World card, this ending to get here, to transform into your beginning. It's all part of a cycle. It's part of what's meant to be. And it doesn't have to be as scary as sometimes we like to make it, okay? Your mind is a very powerful thing. It can lead you down the garden path of scarcity and all of that, and you don't need that. You don't need that. You can use everything to your advantage. It's like realizing you can use, you know, every part of an apple or every part of something. There are no bad parts. It's like even the bad parts can be used for something. They can make themselves useful. And I think that is the biggest message here for your crown and your ground. Get perspective on everything that's useful. The good, the bad, what's been inherited, the good stuff that's been passed, the bad stuff that you learned from. Everything here can be used to your advantage. Thank you so much, Pisces. That's it for me for today. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings. Tomorrow we're coming from the before and after, seeing where you've been, where you're going, and we're going to look at that. Take good care of yourself. Love, light, and blessings. Bye for now.